Xavi makes big Barca claim, United calls Saul, Ceballos wants a La Liga return, Martinez is focused on Inter and a transfer roundup, all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host Matt Froelich, you are the Onefootballers and this is the Daily News. So first off, and former Barcelona legend on the pitch, Xavi has made a pretty bold claim about who he would sign should he be Barcelona manager. Now if you'll remember, in January when Ernesto Valverde was sacked before Quique Setien was brought in, Xavi was linked with the job. However, the midfield maestro who is now coaching Al Sadd in Qatar turned down the job, pretty much saying that he wasn't quite ready to work around the club at the moment. For whatever reason that was, because probably politics behind the scenes. However, within the last few days, Xavi has been saying that he's now rather interested in taking over the Barcelona job should, as reports claim, Quique Setien not be there at the end of the season. Now again, I must stress, it's just a rumour. There's no fact about it at the moment. But Xavi then went on while speaking the other day to talk about the two players that he would bring in because Barcelona apparently have a lack of wingers. That's kind of true and kind of not true. I mean, if Ansu Fati was a little bit more experienced and Ousmane Dembele could stay off the injury table, they'd have two absolutely brilliant wingers. But the case is that Ansu Fati is 17 and Dembele is constantly injured. So the two players that he'd bring in, Jadon Sancho and Serge Gnabry. Now, don't get me wrong, both of them I think would be brilliant at Barcelona. With Sancho's speed and delivery and with Gnabry's ability to play across all the attacking line and literally get himself in phenomenal positions to find the back of the net, they'd probably be pretty good at most top clubs, not just Barcelona. This also just basically means that Xavi is pointing out two of the best wingers in the world at the moment. It hardly takes much scouting to realise who the two best are. Of course, Sancho's name was going to be thrown out there. He's linked with absolutely everybody, and quite frankly, I'm pretty sick and tired of talking about him on this channel. But as for Serge Gnabry, I cannot really see him leaving Bayern Munich. He's worked the long way round, you know, at Arsenal and at West Brom as well, and a few loans here and there. But now he's settled at Bayern, he's playing regular game time, and he's in the German national team at Germany's biggest club and title winners. Maybe he's not going to be switching to Barcelona just yet, but then again, Xavi isn't even the manager yet either, so it's pretty much just paper talk. And moving on to some more paper talk, and that is the rather ridiculous rumour that Manchester United are going to get Saul for around 135 million euros. Now, don't get me wrong, it's pretty well known that Saul is an unbelievable midfielder who can literally do everything, and if United to get rid of Pogba, Saul would be a fantastic replacement. Just not for 135 million. I really can't see United absolutely smashing that record. And if you're wondering why he costs so much money, it's because Atletico Madrid gave him the most ridiculous contract in the world. Back in 2017, Saul signed a 9-year deal. Now, not only does that show Atletico Madrid have unbelievable belief in his ability and his potential and basically want him to stay forever, but also Saul signing that pretty much means he's incredibly loyal, loves the club, has been Atletico his whole career and is just an insane player. Surely it's going to take a lot more than 135 million to prize him away from that, and really I don't think Simeone or the club are in the business of letting him go at the moment. Despite the fact he's played over 200 games for the first team, he is still just 25 years old, and you can kind of see why they gave him that ridiculous contract a few years back. It runs out of 6 years' time when he'll be 31, and if he's still at Atletico there, it would have been an unbelievable career for him, winning all sorts of trophies. So yeah, is he really going to switch to United? I'm not so sure, especially when they could spend 135 million on 2 or 3 players, especially if transfer values are to be dropped because of coronavirus. I don't mean dropped as in gotten rid of, as in their value will probably just drop a little bit. But let's talk about the Premier League now and a potential player who could be going back to La Liga actually. It's Dani Ceballos. Much was expected of him when he moved to Arsenal on loan, but not really too much has happened. There's obviously been muscle injuries that he's had to deal with, and since coming back into the squad, he's provided glimpses of utter brilliance, but just not consistently enough. Now, it looks like should he return to Real Madrid, there's going to be no place for him in the first team. I mean, along with all the Real Madrid rumours of who they're going to sign, who they're not going to sign in midfield, he's also got to displace the likes of Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Casemiro. There's also Fede Valverde coming through. There's going to be so many more players for Ceballos to overtake. Not going to happen, so apparently he's aiming for a return to Betis. Real Madrid actually signed Ceballos from Betis, where he spent his youth career and eventually broke into the first team, into professional football, and he may want to return. Now, last week, you'll remember we were speaking about Nabil Fekir and Sergio Canales potentially leaving Betis. So if they get rid of both of them, they'll have the money and the place in the squad to bring back Ceballos. But moving on to Serie A now, and again, someone we talk about rather regularly on this channel, Lautaro Martinez. You just can't keep him out of the headlines. And by that, I mean that most reporters probably don't have too much to talk about, so they'll just start his name there because, well, he's a pretty good player. The 22-year-old has been linked with everybody under the sun, but now his agent has come out and said that his focus is fully on Inter Milan. Funny that, seeing as we're outside of the transfer window. But anyway, apparently he spoke to quite a few clubs, including Barcelona in the January transfer window. They reportedly made a €70 million plus Nelson Semedo plus Arturo Vidal offer for the Argentinian striker. This was quickly rebuffed as they really want closer to 111 million. Of course, you can expect this to rumble on during the summer, but for the moment, Lautaro Martinez is probably focused on keeping himself entertained at home, as the rest of the world is as well. But lastly but not least, a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news, where Juventus are the latest side to be linked with Dortmund's on loan star Achraf Hakimi. Diego Godin could be returning to the Liga, but this time with Valencia. Real Madrid are interested in the new Kaká, £50 million rated Igor Gomez, and Barcelona players have agreed to take a 70% wage cut to make sure that all non-playing staff can keep all of their wage at the club. So that's all from me for today. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section on all of today's daily news, as well as clicking here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on OneFootball. But until next time, have a great day, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys soon.